Hey guys, Megaton Menace here, back with another video, and we're going to be reacting to RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 2, and got Asir with me again, and we were able to get the technical problems that we had mostly fixed. The audio might be only like 90% of the way we want it to be, but we were satisfied. We did a lot of tests. We literally spent a couple hours doing setup, so hopefully this is enough to have you guys enjoy the content. Something else that I wanted to talk about is I also realized that I was too harsh on episode 1 in my reaction to it, and that really the only thing about that episode that I don't like is Ironwood killing Councilman Slate, and that's just because I don't want to see Ironwood going down that dark path. And I'm going to try to... Obviously, it's a reaction video, so initial reactions and emotion is a huge part of it, but I also do want to try to be, I guess, a little bit more... a little less impulsive during my initial reactions, because otherwise... Because it sucks to have the reaction and the review be, like, polar opposites of each other. So, yeah. Do you have anything that you want to say or add, Asir?
No, I don't have any additional comments. I'm just kind of excited to see where this volume takes us.
Yeah.
It looks like we're splitting up, so
yeah, we'll see. It is hopefully going to be interesting to see characters that haven't gotten much interactions with each other in the past get some interactions. And yeah, when it comes to this episode, the only, I guess, prediction that I have is that I feel like that even if it's just like a couple seconds or a minute, I'm hoping that we'll get to see Robin and Crow in this episode, just because they're like the only characters that weren't in the premiere, and even if it's literally just them being like, well, we're in jail and this sucks.
Obviously, for thematic reasons, they'd put them in the cells next to one another, just so that the scene makes sense.
Right, so that way they can talk to each other and all that spicy shit. So yeah, we're gonna dive into it right now.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about this intro musically yet, but it's definitely really good in terms of the visuals.
I think it's definitely weak musically.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because whenever something is good musically, you just kind of know. Yeah, that makes sense.
It could also just be the fact that it's like Jeff Williams and Casey Williams, right?
Yeah.
A lot of their music sounds the same, so it's probably lost a lot of that initial fascination, if you will, just because we've heard them do basically the same song.
That is actually very accurate, and that when people, because a lot of people do feel that overall RWBY's music now isn't as good as it used to be, but that might really just be, it's not because the quality's worse, it's because Jeff and Casey have a specific style, and the more you hear that style, the more tired of it you're going to be, because it's literally like, if you only listen to the Beatles or you only listen to Led Zeppelin, you're going to get tired of it.
Yeah, it's accurate. And there are lots of bands that are like that, where like they release the same song, just slightly reworked.
Yeah.
Here we go into the actual episode.
Yep. Maybe a little bit of a tangent, but fine. Right. Yep, Crow.
This is your fault. You realize that.
Oh, they're in the same
Don't you?
Yeah, I'm
All
not
I
so...
wanted
No,
was
they
to
are
bring
next to each
people
other.
Together, to give them a chance at a better life. But you...
Me?
Okay, that makes more sense.
I admit I was duped. Used.
I mean...
And although my hands may not be clean, at least I am not a murderer.
Neither is Crow. It was Tyrion who redirected.
Didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna stand here and be lectured by some snake with a mustache.
Honestly, of the three,
she's
the one that's the most at fault for that specific battle going wrong. Oh, and Watts too.
Suppose we're all stuck in it together now.
Why is your prison so
Speak for
shitty?
yourself.
That looks easy as
I
fuck
know
to
the
break
right
in or out of.
I'm
It's just
sure Whitney
a
has reached
basic
out to
bitch
my
hard
legal
light
team
gun
and will
barrier,
help
and
me
that's
out of
it.
here before you can
And
say
4 cells. 4.
Yeah.
We only have 4 prisoners, and all of that was.
Right? I mean, and honestly, like, maybe additional walls can, like, pop out of the ground next to them if need be, but...
You do realize you've already caught me?
Shut up! You're gonna be tortured until you give us information! Yeah, see, because the cell that he was in, like, went away.
Yeah, and it's kind of
I
like a
hate
cube.
not being able to do anything.
So the cube probably just expands if they get more
We
prisoners.
can do something. We
What?
can kill the man who put us here.
With still
Why?
no word from General Ironwood, Mantle citizens are frightened and perplexed by the sudden withdrawal of military personnel.
You don't need to
especially
be that
given the
harsh about
massive
it. You
grim
don't
horde
need to
outside
just
the
be like,
kingdom.
oh, Ironwood put us in jail, so let's murder him.
It truly
Unless you're
feels
talking
like
about
the end of
Tyrion,
days.
but I don't think you are.
But the Atlas Eye
He's
is
not.
committed to updating the public until our dying. Hey, wait!
Because ultimately you're there because of Tyrion,
Citizens of Mantle,
not Ironwood.
General Ironwood has abandoned you, but we have not. If you can hear this, gather any food and supplies you need to stay warm, then head to the Mantle Crater. The Grimm are starting to make their way back into the
Mantle
city,
Crater,
but
huh?
we can hold the line.
Yeah, because they
If
said
all
that
come
they said that
together.
there was heat
If we
there,
don't,
but that it wasn't safe.
you've all seen
so-
what's waiting for us out in the storm.
That probably means that
Time to
it's
show your
got
teeth.
like heat coming up from the earth or something, but there's also Grimm in it. The bikes,
Alright,
yeah.
the others are definitely missing out.
Oh, so now we're basically gonna get to
Yeah. It's like that first teaser from August? Well, I don't know. The first teaser, yeah.
yeah.
And see, like when John went over that bump, Oscar fell off. Oh, maybe not. I thought that they lost Oscar in the trailer, but I guess I'm misremembering that. Or maybe that was just a meme.
Only take what you need.
The crater?
Who knows?
Sure
Yeah.
it's safe out there?
It's definitely
Absolutely,
not
man.
safe out there.
Yeah, like games never been there ever. Absolutely, ma'am.
And also the Happy Hunters chick definitely said that it wasn't safe there.
Yeah.
It's a shield, bro.
Way better than RWBY.
It does look like a grenade, but
Have the Grimm already pushed this far in?
But John threw it. So you
No,
know they weren't gonna
I think
go
those were
outside
more
of
from
his
last
kid.
night.
right, it's gotta be a
tough.
shield.
Ren,
Be a shield
if John hits
boy.
you with his aura amp, think
it's
you
what
can
he
mask
do.
everyone?
We can give it a shot, but it is a lengthy trip through Mantle.
Shut up, baby. You're gonna make the Grimm come and eat your family.
That's a great idea.
If you love your family,
We'll
you'll
have a
shut the
Grimm-free
fuck
journey all
up.
the way to the
It's a
crater.
pretty old baby.
Do we really
cheap
gotta shack up with
baby.
those animals
like a
down in the
toddler.
slums? I'd feel a lot safer being up in Atlas.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. But the people up top have decided you're not worth the trouble.
No, just
The
Ironwood
Faunists, on
specifically.
the other hand, have been willing to lend all the help they can,
And it's also not that simple.
regardless of whether or not you deserve it.
They're not. She
So,
deserves it.
I'll just-
Listen,
Let's
old
compare
lady.
things, then.
Yeah.
Horrible old lady.
It's like just because it's like Mantle is racist and therefore you specifically are racist.
Want to go to the slums. General Ironwood said we were going to Atlas. We're setting a bad example. Those kids.
It should not be this hard getting people to just
Plus,
cooperate.
I feel like everyone is not understanding that Ironwood is trying
something
to
I'm becoming increasingly
basically
concerned
put a
about.
security protocol in case Salem
No, I
survives
really
into
don't
place
need your
so
additional
that humanity
commentary
can
right now.
continue on and prosper.
Right,
You
exactly.
have every right to be
Like,
upset.
Even
because
if he's not approaching it correctly, it's a valiant notion.
I'm sorry.
exactly
I
because
let
because
I'm not
we don't
upset
know
that you
how big
left.
Atlas's population is,
I'm upset
but
you
it's
came back.
definitely big enough that in
started to feel
theory
like
you could
me.
use it to rebuild
Not the
humanity,
same
even if
me
it
I
took a
was
long
before all
time.
of this, but the me I always wanted to be. I felt like I was actually part of the team.
Well, you're not.
I understand. But even though it may not have felt like I was with you,
Yeah.
I was never truly
It's like,
gone.
are you the P? Like, is the P in Juniper you, Penny, or nobody? What's going on?
Longest held memories.
Part of me also thinks that we're beyond
Our two
team
souls are still
acronyms.
I see
at
it.
this
the
point.
inevitable path.
It's, yeah.
Becoming one.
But if that's the case, then they need to bring back some characters like Sun Wukong.
Right, because
They need to bring back-
if we're past teams, there's no reason to not have them there.
Hey, you good?
It's just
He
a
is
lot
clearly
to focus
not
on.
good. That's a lot of
You can
people
do
to
it, man.
mask.
We're almost to the crater. I don't need a pep talk. I need to focus.
Okay.
Well, and plus it looks like it's a combo.
We need to find a way to work
Right,
together.
because John's buffing him,
Not
just
just
like
the
with
two
on
of
the
us.
train.
Yeah.
All of us.
What's kind of silly is that they're not making the heroes the black and white that show that they're masked.
It's because they don't have fear.
Yeah, but okay.
All right,
I guess
come
that
on.
does kind of make sense.
Yeah,
Kind.
because like they're not
again for
afraid
coming.
of the Grim.
Don't mention it. Once Robin learned about Amity Tower, she wouldn't shut up about it. Wherever she is, I'm sure she would want us doing what we can to get it up in the air and get the world talking again. Besides, Fiona's got your friends helping out in my stead.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you sure this is safe?
It's a factory.
Snowshoe Shipping
Kinda
is an
weird
SDC subsidiary,
who team
meaning all the drones
RWBY
here report to
trusts
the company,
is kind of arbitrary.
not the general.
Like they haven't known the Happy Huntresses.
They
about-
they trust whoever agrees with them, or at least that's the way it's been in this arc.
Yeah, but
It's-
realistically, how
one
long
for
have
the
they known the
military
Happy
base.
Huntresses?
Right,
any
and that
buildings
is
and
true
outlets that
because
your
it's like
family doesn't
right now they are giving more trust to the
irrelevant at the
Huntresses
moment.
than they did to Ironwood, even though they knew Ironwood longer and better at the beginning of Volume 7 than they do now. Than they know the Huntresses now.
Yeah.
That is a little
Hey.
fucked.
I do not like it when friends fight. I know.
Well, that's the arc for some reason.
Yang and I might not agree on how best to save Mantle, no. I mean Winter. The General.
Oh?
They were our friends.
Oh, yeah. Not with I thought she
And
was
the
saying with each
Aesops
other. Like,
attacked
what?
you. And the General, he said people were going to die because of me.
The Aesops attacked
That was a
you.
lie.
Mm,
And he was
what
only
she
saying it to hurt you.
yeah.
I was the protector of Mantle. But now, I am much more than that.
It's true.
And I wish I was not.
Glowy green eyes.
Yeah.
But you're still you, Penny. By becoming the Winter Maiden, you did protect Mantle.
Well, kind of.
RWBY.
Well, yeah, because she's saying
found
that
it.
Winter wouldn't be helping Mantle.
I suppose there's no
Right.
turning
Or
back
the
now.
Winter Maiden
Between
powers
our
would
secret
not be
weapon and my semblance,
Mantle.
you all
Right.
couldn't be in better hands.
So how do we use this thing? It should be simple. If you lie back in the tube and press launch...
Get fucked.
She's gone!
No, Crimson, I need
So
you
now
and
Weiss
your
can go
team
on her
to
own
cover
side
Sector
adventure
11.
without anyone else,
Mantle
which makes
police are
sense because,
helping us
like,
clear the hospital, but they're gonna need
Whitley
backup.
needs to be in the season somehow. He's in the
You're doing
intro.
great, Fee. Robin would be proud.
I feel like you should be doing this after flexing on the news like that.
How else was I supposed to get the word out? Besides, it seems to be working. Where's this group coming in from?
That would be Sector 7.
You cleared 7 already? That's great! To be honest, I wasn't sure how you'd be doing without all of your teammates.
Well, as you can see, we're doing just fine.
Where are you putting everyone?
Yeah, it's like, fuck off.
She's
We're
so
working to get most
erratic.
of them
This
settled in
season.
houses or
Yeah.
other shelters.
I know it's only been 2
A large
episodes, but it
portion
is a
of
little
the
bit like, wait,
community is
what?
also trying to get old
Yeah,
mine
didn't
shafts
she have an
into a
entire
livable condition.
character arc about learning
We've
to
got a
calm
lot
the
of people
fuck
to keep
down?
warm.
Yeah, that a couple volumes ago, but yeah.
SDC refineries is our best
It's like you
source
had
of dust.
an arc learning to calm the fuck down, so why aren't you calmed the fuck down now?
Just knowing
And it
those
makes
Grimm
sense if this
circling
goat
out
lady
there
that's
doesn't
never
feel
seen your team
great.
fight would think that you needed your
What are they
entire
waiting
team to fight, because otherwise, why would you have your entire team?
We got another fight. Although they are at the same time a team of 4,
Thanks,
which is
Uncle.
the standard
We'll
within the
handle
universe.
it.
That's
Like,
true.
They might
I'll
not
handle
be
it.
Ruby
You've
or
got enough to
Juniper.
worry
But they are a team of 4.
Fiona, Crimson again. We spotted a decent-sized group of Grimm moving in from the east. Can't take them with all these civvies.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Did he say east?
We're doing nothing. We'll deal with this shit.
Ready?
Now!
Huh. Okay. For a second I was like, is that the cane with like a big stick on the end? But no, it was like a malted cocktail or something.
Whoa.
The thing that Oscar threw.
Okay, Fiona. That's one more problem taken care of.
It was just
Because
one
we're getting
bird.
reports of more Grimm coming in from the west. The huntsman there could really use some backup.
Okay, we're on our way.
You gotta
It's
kill
all
them
the
faster than
negativity.
Salem spawns them, otherwise it won't
Salem's
end.
forces aren't moving in, but it's enough to
Yeah, I
start
don't think they
attracting the
could.
stragglers.
Yeah.
Guys, we're not finished.
All right, we need to hurry this up and take.
Because when we saw Salem making them before, it was on some
What
shit
just happened?
where she made like half a dozen in like a minute.
I've never seen Grimm act that way before.
But what were they running from?
A different Grimm?
Oscar!
Why? I guess they're dogs, so maybe that one's like the alpha. It's
You got me.
so his aura's just gone. Because it flickered and then it fell. I don't know. It's one of those things like visually.
This thing's about to transform.
Yeah, maybe.
It was on
Yeah.
all 4s, and
Now it's
like
on.
going.
Yeah.
There's like a layer.
Yeah. It's weird though because like. Like, why would it be stronger? Okay, and it's stretchy like the
Wait!
the one from Volume 4. The
Grimm aren't
shit.
that smart.
I don't remember what it was called. I just remember it had a really complicated name that started with an N.
Give him back! Do you think they'll ever give us a good canon explanation for why the Grimms get more and more advanced
He
as
talked.
the show goes on?
He spoke.
Did it just?
Rawr.
It makes sense though because, like, he's definitely a werewolf, and also Cinder eventually becoming something like this has been foreshadowed for a while. We are Venom. Wings. Okay, Salem had wings in the intro. And they look just like that. I'm not saying that I think this is her, but she might be able to transform into a pure Grimm form.
Sure.
Kids, what's your status? West Side's taking damage.
What do we do?
Oscar's been kidnapped again. It's like,
Kids, what's your status?
we got him back for one episode and then he got taken again.
What? What kind of emergency?
Every show needs
Oh, wait.
damsel in distress.
Duh. Because remember, at the end of the last episode, Salem sent a Grimm out to get Oscar because Oscar knows how to use the relic. So that's what that was. So it's totally bringing him to the whale. Because she's like, I need you to tell me that the way that I summon this genie from this genie lamp is by rubbing the genie lamp and saying the genie's name. I guess it would make sense for her to not know what the genie's name is, though. That was definitely a strong episode. And see, it's weird, because, like, I actually feel like that this episode, just like Volume 1, was overall a strong episode, or Chapter 1, was overall a strong episode, and that there was also only one scene in the entire episode that I don't like. And that was the scene of Crow and Robin and Watts and Jacques in prison. And it's literally just because I do not like the concept of it doesn't make any sense. Like I understand why Crow and Robin would be mad at Ironwood, but them literally being like, Salem is literally right outside. Our priority is to kill Ironwood? That's ass backwards, and that literally does not make any sense. But besides that, this was a strong episode, and it was cool to see the new tech from Yang's group. And it was also a little weird. Like, I know that Oscar is by far the most inexperienced fighter of all of them, and therefore having him lose the fight is okay. But it was weird how he got taken down just so quickly and easily, like as if he was not even a combat personnel. But
well, that's because the only person who tried to train him in combat was Ironwood.
That's
last
true.
Season, towards the beginning, right before everyone started hating on him.
That's true. And it is also true that like they did throw out moves at the Grimm that normally would like stop it or stagger it, but it didn't. So it was like, okay, well if your stun lock combo doesn't stun lock, what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any additional commentary?
Just that it's definitely still in the category of like this has always been the case for RWBY, but it's really hard because usually it's the type of thing where like episodes 1 through 4 is just build up for what happens in 5 through 6, and then like 7 through 11 is build up for like the last few. And because of that, it always feels like that was good, but I won't know how good until I see what it's building up to. Mm-hmm. So and basically it's the type of thing where like obviously I do think that hopefully in the next episode we're gonna actually get a conversation between Oscar and Salem that is meaningful, and then obviously curious to see if anything happens with Weiss while she's on her own before everyone else goes through that tube. And that's hard to say because maybe not, like maybe it'll be like, oh, they all just go through right after and they're only separated for 30 seconds, but also maybe not. And then
it should look more like a gag to me.
Yeah,
So.
I agree, but and then also regardless of when it happened, it's weird. I feel like that they're probably gonna make us wait till the last couple episodes for like Penny fighting using her robot powers and the maiden powers intertwined. But regardless of when it happens, that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. And obviously, I'm hoping that Penny doesn't feed in combat when the time comes.
She only ever lost one fight.
Yeah, I know. But she's also only ever...
I just can't help it.
I know.
Yeah, I don't really have any additional commentary. I think it's pretty straightforward and on the nose, just like you'd expect a build-up to be.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily love the direction they've taken, but they've pretty much cemented that
this is the
Ironwood
direction.
is a bad guy, and that this is the direction.
And therefore, we just need to try to get over it, I guess.
Well, I mean, we're not the ones writing or pioneering the story, so
right.
You know,
but like basically,
outside of
even though we don't like Ironwood bad, rather than being like every episode we bitch about not liking Ironwood bad, we just need to try to give them a chance to do a good job with Ironwood bad, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that we'll ever not have criticisms in
Agreed.
terms of things like you're trusting strangers, the happy huntresses, more than you're trusting Ironwood.
Right, exactly.
Like more trust than you gave him last season.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's one of those deals where it's like, their explanation for why Ironwood bad is because he went off of his rocker, but realistically the reason is because Team RWBY decided to withhold information from him after he put all the cards on the table, and in addition to that was like, we can't have secrets from one another. Here's all my numbers.
Exactly. He's like, we need to work together, no secrets, here's all the numbers. What if we didn't give you the numbers, and when we did, it was at a point where it was too late? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's very true. And that's why we don't like it, because it's like Ironwood has to die because specifically Ruby Rose fucked up? Okay.
Well, yeah, and in addition to that, with the Happy Huntresses, it's like we barely know them, but now we're following their orders. We're bestowing full trust in them. Like, we barely even know them.
And, like, really all that we know about them is that their leader, Robin, is impulsive, short-tempered, and distrusting of everyone. That's it. It's like, yeah, we'll follow her minions over Ironwood. Seems legit. Especially, it's also weird, too, because, like, considering the fact that, Weiss is from Atlas and, like, Winters are... Like, if anyone was going to be, like, maybe we should give Ironwood the benefit of the doubt, I would expect it to be her. Mm-hmm. So it's weird that it's not... that's not the case.
Well, at least there's still hope in Penny, because Penny seems to be like the only one mixed up about the fact that Ironwood was a part of the Resistance, if you will, and they just kind of discounted him. And she's the only one that's showed any sentiment about having misgivings on that.
But it also kind of seems like that the entire point of the conversation that her and Ruby had was for Ruby to be like, let me put your mind at ease and make it so that the doubts that you have don't exist anymore.
That is true. Well, yeah. I think that realistically we just need to continue to stay patient and see what they throw at us.
Yeah.
Are you good on this?
Yeah, I'm good. So thank you all for watching. And until next time, Megaton Menace signing out, and peace.